Yep.
All right.
Hi, welcome back to NDI Central Live here at NAB 2018. We're webcasting live from the NewTek booth in the South Hall of the Las Vegas Convention Center. Now, our next guest has a product that really takes advantage of the wireless capabilities of Spark Connect. Richard Rubin is president of Mobile Studios Incorporated. Welcome, Richard.
Thanks, Rex. Nice to be here.
First of all, tell us about Mobile Studios.
Well, Mobile Studios is a systems integrator, and we're very happy to be a NewTek Elite dealer on top of all that. And we've been in business for about 15 years, specializing in turnkey solutions for anybody from schools to ESPN3 solutions.
And where are you based?
We're in Florida, South Florida, Deerfield Beach, Florida.
Okay, very good.
An hour north of Miami.
So you, obviously, by the name of your company, you've been involved in mobile production for quite some time.
Absolutely. We specialize, we actually have specialized in portable production systems, and we actually invented a product we call the Portacast, which is a console, and we've been selling a lot of those with NewTek products over the years. It's got 2 monitors built into a flip lid, and that's been a
full rolling case. Roll it in, flip it open, and you're ready to go.
That's correct. That's correct. And of course, we do studios and we do studio installations too. But that's what we do.
Very good. Well, tell us about SparkMount.
Well, SparkMount came about because one of our customers who wanted to leverage the power of NDI over Wi-Fi looked at the Connect Spark and said, you know, this is a great product, but we'd like to put it on a camera that doesn't have a camera mount, and we want to power it with a battery because it didn't come with a battery. So we designed a mount, which at this point we've trademarked a SparkMount, and basically it very easily attaches to the Connect Spark, which you see in this portion right here, and we added a battery, so the combination allows it now to be mounted on any camera using you know, a 1/4-20 screw. We also have a shoe mount option that comes with it, and a clamp so that you can put it on a tripod.
Okay.
And so now you've got the ability of taking the Spark out in the field and putting it on a camera. And that's really where it belongs, because you can leverage the power of Wi-Fi for a very economical wireless solution.
Okay, so does the mount include the battery?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
We have several versions of it. This is what we call the SparkMount battery kit, which comes with the mount, comes with the battery, actually comes with a pouch so that you can put it on your belt if you don't want the extra weight on top of your camera, and a longer cable.
Okay.
Comes with just about every accessory to mount it on a camera.
Okay. And
additionally, we have another model which is self-powered using the battery that is on the type of camera that has a Anton Bauer or a V-mount. Now, this is the Anton Bauer model, but this would then just clip onto the back of that type of camera, and on the other side you would put your battery. So we're picking up the battery power from the Anton Bauer or the V-mount battery right here.
Yeah, bring it over here.
Yeah.
And show it to camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, go ahead. Continue. Here.
Yeah.
So you were showing us the connections down here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So here's your Spark sandwiched in between. We sell this as a kit. And so somebody has a Connect Spark. It's very easy. There's 4 screws. You basically put your Spark mount in there. There's a little bit of foam, compresses down there, a couple pieces of Velcro, keep it in place.
Okay.
Put the screws in, plug it in. Now you've got yourself a Connect Spark that you put on the back of your camera.
Yeah, snap and it. Place it between the camera and the battery.
Exactly. And we call this the SparkMount Pro.
Okay.
Okay.
And then this battery, how long will this power the Connect Spark?
16 hours.
16 hours.
Longer than most productions take place. And it only takes about 6 hours to charge.
That's great.
So
pop it on there, you don't even have to think about it.
Don't even have to think about it. Okay. That's correct. Yeah.
Now, so you've had some experience in using Spark Connect on Wi-Fi out in the field. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. And we've worked with our customer, in fact, that's a fairly large private school, on their football fields, on their basketball courts, to deploy it in real time. And we've got excellent results. Now, there's just a couple things that you got to think about when you deploy Wi-Fi, NDI HX, out of the Connect Spark over Wi-Fi. Out of the box, a typical router in the range is about 100 feet. That's not very good for the average production. It's not going to take you too far. You also are subject to interference at 5 gigahertz interference, which is the best frequency to use. So what we did some research. We started with omnidirectional antennas, what we call them access points, connected to a switch, which then connected to the network. And we got fairly good results, but remember, an omnidirectional signal picks up signals from everywhere. And the signal strength doesn't compare with the signal strength you get out of a directional antenna.
Okay.
When we switched to directional antennas, we got solid reception to 450 feet.
Okay.
In addition, careful placement of that antenna between the crowd or the spectators and the operators will blank out much of the interference that's coming in that they're competing with that's interfering with the Spark. So we found rock solid performance in actual venues where there's actual sports events, football, basketball, with one access point. And if you want to run 2 access points, you can do that. It even improves it even more.
So in talk about a football stadium situation.
Right.
Where would you mount that directional antenna?
Well, if you really want to do it right, and I got to preface this by saying the access points are very inexpensive. The access point itself, which is the transceiver, mounts on the directional antenna. We found as a company called Ubiquity that makes very value-priced products in the Wi-Fi realm.
Okay.
So the combination of that receiver mounted to that directional antenna is about $500.
Okay.
So it doesn't take much to get 2. So with a football game, what we recommend people do is put the router up in the press box. Connect your long lens and your wide angle directly to the router without Wi-Fi to your TC1 or however you're transmitting it back to the station.
Okay.
And then run 2 cables. You can run 300 feet of Cat5 to the antenna. You know, Wi-Fi, IP Cat6 is fine.
Yep.
And position those around the 20-yard line.
Okay.
Okay, now those directional
Again, up
antennas,
high, so on the stand or down low?
Actually, you don't have to get them up high when they're on the field.
Okay.
And remember, when you're in the press box, you're really not even using an access point. You plug directly into the router. So you've got 2 cameras up in the press box,
Okay.
a wide angle and the close-up,
Okay.
which is connected directly to the switch. So it's not Wi-Fi at that point. And then you're running your 2 Wi-Fi access points on opposite sides of the sidelines.
Okay.
So now you got your roving cameras along the sides running wireless, and that's a great solution. Now for basketball, it's even easier because the stadium, the courts are much smaller. You can get by with 1 access point right in one corner. The 45 degrees will cake in just about everything.
I see.
Yeah. In fact, we have some YouTube videos of a basketball team, a basketball game using 1 access point. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would someone find that?
Let's see. How would you do it? I guess go to our channel, Mobile Studios USA.
Okay.
Mobile Studios USA, and you see on our own channel,
YouTube.
you'll see those videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So it's very important not to take Wi-Fi for granted in this case.
Absolutely not. We've answered a lot of questions from end users. What is the best solution? Or I can't get much range out of my router to a Connect Spark. And they're taking a vanilla router right out of the box, a couple small antennas, and expecting to get that kind of range. And remember, these small routers are omnidirectional. They're not that powerful. So you really have to connect your router or your switch to one of these directional access point antennas, and that multiplies the range by at least 3. And it also, again, it blanks out the interference, which is another enemy of Wi-Fi transmission.
The other thing that I know that is very important, for instance, if you're using Connect Spark wirelessly for instance, you're doing a conference, you're in a banquet room. Typical situation, you set up in a big empty room, set up your cameras, everything works great. With stuff sitting on tables or even on the floor, right? You know where I'm going with
Absolutely.
this. And
Absolutely.
As soon as that room fills up with people, your signal goes right down the tubes.
Absolutely.
Well, that's because, as they're referred to as water bags, Wi-Fi does not transmit through water bags very well. So you need to get those up high, right?
Well, it helps, and it also helps to try to blank out the crowd as much as you can. So when you use a 45-degree directional antenna and you locate those in front of the crowd, remember, they're not hitting that antenna.
Yeah.
If you've got that on the court or you've got that on the stage.
Right.
And you're sitting between the crowd and that. So that's very, very important to do. So there's a few little nuances that you really have to be aware of to do it right.
But if you do that, you get successful results,
You get very, very successful results.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, where can we find more out about your SparkMount?
Well, we're more than happy to help anybody, and not only sell the SparkMount solutions, but also overall solutions with NewTek products. We are elite dealers.
Okay.
So for anybody that's looking for a turnkey solution, including the Wi-Fi solution that comes with the package, for anybody that already has NewTek products and wants to just get the SparkMount by itself, more than happy not only to sell them the SparkMount, but to give them our expertise for free.
And I believe we're talking about
mobilestudios.com.
Okay.
Yeah, www.mobilestudios.com. We've got a number of resellers that are also out there selling it. If you Google SparkMount on Google, you'll come up with a list, I'm sure, of many.
And the NewTek store, correct?
It's just coming out. We're very excited about that, by the way. In fact, it turns out that we are the first hardware vendor to make it into the NewTek store. Up until now, it's been NDI software support. Yes. We're the first vendor that now is providing hardware at the NewTek store.
Excellent. So fantastic. Look for SparkMount coming to the NewTek store, which you can find through the NewTek website, and of course mobilestudios.com.
That is correct.
You can find out about all their integration capabilities, all the systems that they support, and of course SparkMount.
Great.
Richard, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me, Rex.
All right,
Appreciate
you bet. All right. Well, stick around. We have more coming up after this break.